Now next is when ether reacts with acid chloride like CH3COCl. What is this? Acetyl chloride or ethanoyl chloride. In presence of anhydrous ZnCl2 and heat it. Now what I am going to get it here? That is, I am going to get it here is same thing. If you don't understand, if you think that is a very tough reaction, I said you always what you need to do? Charge separation. Minus, comparatively this will be positive. Clear? Now here what it will be? Again same thing, oxygen is negative and Cl will be, comparatively it will be, what is that? Positive. Clear? So hence what I am going to get? Have I done it? See, no, this will be positive and Cl will be negative always. Clear? This is sticking, isn't it? Because I do generally in the class in this particular way. So that's habit I am having now. Clear? To find it out whether you are following or not. So here, so C2H5 now will go with Cl to form what? C2H5Cl plus CH3CO positive goes with this part negative. That is CH3COO C2H5. You got it. Clear? Now the question comes here, why I have taken there anhydrous ZnCl2? What is its function? It acts as a catalyst. It acts as a catalyst, anhydrous ZnCl2. And it helps in the cleavage of this bond, this particular one. And because it also acts as a Lewis acid. It helps in the cleavage of this carbon-chlorine bond. You can say that. It helps in the cleavage of that particular one. Alright? Because the structure of CH3COCl, if you draw it, what will you get it? See it. Is it not this? Is it not this? This particular structure. I got it. Say this way. You will be getting, it helps in the cleavage of this particular bond and hence it also acts as a catalyst. Fine. Now next is, after this, we will come to, that is, we have seen the dehydration reaction. Alright. Like ether, when it is being heated, we have seen it in alcohol chapter, we have said it. That when ether, once more I am saying you, when it is being heated with H2SO4 conc, or you can say, I think H2SO4 conc I have said you earlier. Let me say you another one, Al2O3 at 633 Kelvin. Isn't it? Al2O3 at 633 Kelvin. What I am going to get? I am going to get ethene, CH2 double bond CH2. How many molecules? 2 molecules. Alright, plus water. Because alumina acts as a dehydrating agent. Clear? In this way. Now next we'll come to the electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic, very important. Electrophilic substitution reactions. Before going to the electrophilic substitution reaction, let me tell you that how will you know that the given compound is ether? Alright, suppose ether is there, alcohol is there. How will you come to know? Alright, note it. Noted this one. Suppose a compound is given, ether is given to you. What you are supposed to do is that you add first iodine solution to it. Alright, along with carbon disulfide. If the purple color of CS2, that is carbon disulfide, vanishes, alright, if the purple color of CS2 goes away, then the given compound is ether. This is a test for ether. Again I repeat, you take ether in a test tube, add iodine solution along with carbon disulfide, CS2. If the purple color of CS2 vanishes, it goes away, then the given compound is ether. This is a test for ether. By this test you can distinguish from any other compound like ether and ethyl alcohol is given, then you can distinguish it. Even you have read in alcohol chapter also the test is there by which you can distinguish, but this in ether chapter you study a particular test. Alright, by which also you can distinguish it. Clear now? Now let me come to the electrophilic substitution reaction. So in electrophilic substitution reaction, the group which is attached, let us say benzene ring OCH3 or OC2H5, means here alkyl group is there, that is R we can say. So this particular group is what? Electron donor group, OR. Is electron donor group or electron withdrawing group? It's an electron donor group. So if it's an electron donor group, then when it undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction, then it will undergo what? Electrophile will be added to which particular position of this benzene ring? Will it be added to any position? No. It will be added to ortho and para. Ortho position or to the para position. Alright, because these two positions are electron rich species. These two positions are the sites of electron rich species. We can say that. You know that. We have seen the resonance structure. in alcohol, and in previously also I have shown it to you. That is electron rich species, this particular one. If you want to see it once again, then I'll show you, just you look at. Alright, let us say I am taking here OCH3. This is electron donor. See here, this pair of electron, now it comes out. This pair of electron, it comes out. And what it forms? Look. Here double bond, then OCH3 and a pair of electron, and this becomes positive. And here it is this. Now this pair of electron comes here and this goes out. Alright. What do we get it? Ultimately, here it is this negative, and here we get it. Double bond OCH3. This is positive. Then again this goes and this goes here. Now after that, what you get it? You get this particular one, that is double bond O positive and CH3. Here it is this and this. Now next it goes here and this goes here. So what you get it ultimately? Ultimately you get it is that here, and here it is OCH3 and one more pair of electrons. So what you find is that electron reaches which position? Ortho position, and here it is para. From this side also you can see it is ortho position. Can you see it or not? So hence the incoming electrophile will attack to which particular position? Ortho and para position. So hence electrophilic substitution, when it takes place in ether, in aromatic ether, it is ortho-para director. It is ortho-para director to the presence of the electron donor group. Always remember this shortcut, electron donor group is an ortho-para. And if it is an electron withdrawing group, it is meta. How do you come to know it is electron donor group? Single bond. If multiple bond, then it is meta. We can say that multiple bond in CN, COH, CHO, all these things. Now we come to the reactions. So we are having the 5 types of electrophilic substitution reaction. What are those? Halogenation, nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and Friedel-Crafts acylation. So halogenation, you see now, that is benzene ring OCH3. What is this? This is anisole, methoxybenzene, plus let us say I am taking HCl2, or let us say Br2, better. In presence of FeCl3 ion, in presence of, what I am going to get it here is that I am going to get it, that is in presence of Fe or FeCl3 group. What happens is that this becomes more reactive. Which one? The ortho, this particular ether becomes highly reactive. So what I find is that bromine not only goes to the ortho position and the para position, it goes to the another one, the 6th position also. That means what is the product I am going to get it? OCH3, bromine, here bromine, and here that is bromine, plus what I am going to get it? HBr. How many? 3 HBr, because 3 hydrogen is removed, so 3 Br2. So what happens is that in presence of FeCl3, excess of bromine reacts with anisole to form a tri-substituted product. Remember that, it forms a tri-substituted instead of forming a mono-substituted product. What I said, either it should go to ortho or para, but with the presence of FeCl3, it becomes so reactive that bromine goes, even chlorine also you can take it here, that it goes to the all the, what you can say, the electron rich species. It goes to all the electron rich species and it forms a tri-substituted product. Now you can ask me, sir, I want a mono-substituted product. What will I do? I will change the condition. I will change the condition, because organic chemistry depends upon condition. I will change the condition. Instead of taking a highly reactive, a group which is making the, what you can say, the aromatic ethers highly reactive, I will take an inert group, CH2, an inert solvent. But I am going to get it? Ortho-para. So OCH3, bromine goes to ortho position, and another one you will be getting OCH3 where bromine goes to para position, plus HBr. Alright, I don't have the space, I am writing it here, plus HBr. So it is ortho bromo methoxybenzene or ortho bromo anisole, and this is para bromo anisole, where para is a major and ortho is a minor product, you know that. Why? Because here steric hindrance or steric repulsion is maximum, here the steric hindrance or steric repulsion is minimum. Alright now? Clear? Now this is your halogenation. Next we'll come to sulfonation. Let us see. Sulfonation. So that is methoxybenzene plus HOSO3H conc concentrated. That is concentrated sulfuric acid. So what I am going to get, same thing, orthopara. Here it is OCH3, here SO3H plus benzene ring OCH3 and the para position SO3H plus what I get here, water. Clear? What is that? Here it is. This is a primary functional group SO3H, isn't it? So hence this becomes your prefix. First, second, third, fourth. So this is para. So para-methoxy benzene sulfonic acid. Para-methoxy benzene sulfonic acid. Because I said you, this is a primary functional group, this is a secondary. The secondary functional group becomes your prefix. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is para. So para-methoxy benzene sulfonic acid, this is ortho-methoxy benzene sulfonic acid. Now next is if I go for nitration. If I go for nitration, then what I am going to get? So what I am going to do, HONO2 conc in presence of H2SO4 conc. What I am going to get it? That is OCH3 second position NO2 plus OCH3 fourth position NO2 plus water. So what is that? Here this is a primary functional groups. So ortho-nitro-anisole, this is para-nitro-anisole. Para-nitro-anisole, because benzene ring OCH3 is anisole. Next is if I take here benzene ring OCH3, now you can take OC2H5 also, remember it, plus C2H5 here. This is your Friedel-Crafts alkylation. What I am going to get it? That is OCH3 and here it is C2H5 plus another is in para position OCH3 and here you will get C2H5 plus HCl. Alright. So in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, that must be there. That will produce electrophile. So what you will be getting? Orthomethyl anisole, orthoethyl anisole and para-ethyl anisole. Similarly, instead of C2H5Cl, if you take here CH3COCl, just here only I am changing it, okay? CH3COCl, mind it here, CH3COCl. So what I am going to get it here? I am going to get it here COCH3 and here I am going to get it as COCH3 plus HCl. So what is that? Here again this becomes your prefix. This is your primary functional groups. So orthomethoxy, what you can say, acetophenone. Benzene ring COCH3 is what? Acetophenone. And this is your para-methoxy acetophenone. Alright, in this way, these are the electrophilic substitution reaction. This is your Friedel-Crafts acylation or acetylation, because this is your acetyl chloride. Thank you very much.